Hello everyone. Today I want to explain you about the major parts that we are going to cover in our first session of French language learning. Today we are going ahead with an easy topic. The topic is about forming sentences. We will also learn how to change a sentence into negative and how to form a question. But before we understand what is the format of a sentence in French, it is very important for us to know the meaning of a subject, object, and verb. I will give you an example of a sentence: I eat an apple. In this sentence, I is my subject, eat is my verb, and apple is my object. Basically, subject is the doer of the action. So in my sentence, it is doing the action. So subject can be I, you, he, she, it, they, or it can be any doer of the action. Second, we have verb. Verb is the action itself. Any action: to eat, to sleep, to dance. They are all our verbs. And finally, we have object. Object is the receiver of the action. In I eat an apple is the receiver of the action. So it is my object. Now, in French, it is very easy to make a sentence because the format is same as English. Our format is subject plus verb plus object. Let us see an example. Je mange une pomme. In the sentence, je is my subject, which means I. Mange is my verb, which means to eat. Une pomme is an apple, which is the object. Tu aimes le chocolat? You like the chocolate? Again, tu is my subject, which means you. Aim means to like. It is my verb, it is an action. Le chocolat is the receiver of the action. It is my object. So this was our simple sentence format. Next, let us move on to negation. Now, in English, to change any sentence into a negative sentence, we usually use the word not. For example, I am not eating an apple. You do not like the chocolate. So we use not. A similar concept is there in French. What we do is before the verb, we add ne, and after the verb, we add the word pas. So you'll have to remember two words, ne and pas. Before the verb, put ne. After the verb, put pas. So your format will become subject plus ne plus verb plus pas, and then the rest of the sentence. Let us take the same example that we saw when we were doing the simple sentence. Je mange une pomme. I eat an apple. In this sentence, mange, to eat, is my verb, right? It is my action. So, first step I have already done. I have identified my verb. Second step is to put ne before it and pas after it. And I will get Je ne mange pas de pomme. I do not eat an apple. Another example, il aime le chocolat. He likes the chocolate. I want to change it into he does not like the chocolate. First step, I'll have to identify my verb, which is aim, to like. Before that, I'll put ne, and after that, pas. I'll get il n'aime pas le chocolat. You must have noticed that this ne has changed to an apostrophe in case of the second sentence. Why is that so? In case your verb, it begins with a vowel, A, I, E, O, U, any of them, or it begins with H. So, if the verb begins with a vowel or H, in that case, the ne, it becomes an apostrophe. So, this is how we can form a negative sentence. Next, we have how to change a sentence into interrogative, or how to form a question. Now in French, there are three ways of asking a question. First is rising intonation method. What does this mean? Your statement or your sentence will remain as it is, but you have to ask it in a way that it sounds like a question. And the same method is also used in English. For example, instead of saying "Tu aimes le chocolat," you like the chocolate, I ask it in a way that it sounds like a question. "Tu aimes le chocolat?" You like the chocolate? First method is quite informal and it is only used in casual speech. The second way is very neutral and it is safe in all situations. So I would suggest you to use this and remember this method. Also, it is very easy. First step is to write down your sentence as it is without changing it. And the second step is to add these 3 words right before your sentence. Est-ce que. If you put est-ce que before your sentence, then it becomes a question. Earlier we saw a sentence, "Tu aimes le chocolat," you like the chocolate. Before that, I have put est-ce que and I will get the question, do you like chocolate? Est-ce que tu aimes le chocolat? The last method is of inversion. This method is quite similar to English. I'll give you an example. He is your brother. He is your brother. If I want to change it into a question, I would say, is he your brother? What we are doing over here is we are exchanging the position of the subject and the verb. The subject, he, comes to the second position and is, verb, comes to the first position. So he is becomes is he. A similar format is there in French as well. Again, taking the same example, "Tu aimes le chocolat," you like the chocolate. I will have to exchange the position of tu and aime. So I'll get aimes-tu. Aimes-tu le chocolat? Do you like the chocolate? So that's all for today's video. We will continue the same topic in the next video with a few more examples. Thank you so much for watching.